right, so let's move on here to our next story. Yeah, it's unfortunately not necessarily a good one, but one that I think is actually vital to actually talk about. Um, Hana Kimura, Kimura, I believe is and anybody's free to correct me if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, but she's essentially she was a pro wrestler as well as a personality on a reality TV show called Terrace House Tokyo. So let me give you the rundown here from both CNN as well as Variety. Kimura, a cast member on the latest season of the Netflix show Terrace House, died on Saturday at the age of 22, confirmed by World Wonder Ring Stardom, the professional wrestling organization that represented Kimura. Japanese. For those who don't know, Terrace House is a Japanese reality TV show, and basically, I believe that they're looking to cancel this coming season of the show because of this tragedy that happened. And Terrace House, at least from my understanding, it's a little different than other reality TV shows in that it's not necessarily like about like the big blow ups and explosions that happen on reality TV shows, but it's more about like really just like the Monday, like everyday life shit that happens to people, and so that's what makes the show different. But yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to this is because and this is a excerpt from, I think, Variety. Shortly before her death was reported, Kimura posted a photo of herself with her cat on Instagram, with the caption, "I love you, live a happy long life, I'm sorry." And then of course, word broke that she had passed away, due, at least is what's being reported right now, due to suicide. Although I don't know if it's necessarily been confirmed yet, but early word is that that's what it was. And a lot of people are saying that and this again is from the Variety article, the 22-year-old Kimura was reportedly the target of cyberbullying triggered by an altercation with a male cast member on the show. She was also vilified for her appearance and comportment. So, essentially, like I wanted to talk about, like, dude, like, I don't think people really understand like what you get, people who are online trolling and they think it's funny, they think it's hilarious, they think it's dope, but I don't think they really understand exactly what their words mean to people. Like, even if it is just like, just dicking around, oh, like, hey, I'm just having some fun online, whatever. Your words have, like, they mean shit to people, and so it's like, you live behind the wall of this, like, you could just type where the fuck you want and it's okay. Like, there's just not anybody's going to come for you. But your words actually mean something to people. And I know that there's some people out there right now, maybe they might even comment on this fucking video that we're going to put out on YouTube. Like, if a person can't take the heat, then get off of online or whatever. But it's just like, dude, like, it's, for one, it's, social media is a sphere that we all sort of use. And then two, it's like, you don't always know where your limits are. Right. So like, if somebody has like a therapist, if they can diagnose, like, hey, here's what you're dealing with, maybe these are some strategies you can use. But if you're just a person who's just going through life and then all of a sudden you get all this online fucking hate for whatever reason, you don't know how to like immediately handle that. And some people can't, and it's not just as easy as, oh, I'm just going to get off of online. Sometimes you read people's comments and that shit stays with you, and it's already out there. It's already there. You can already see it. And so, yeah, I just think it's a fucking shame, man. And people just need to like fucking like, and it gets complicated, right? Because what counts as cyberbullying, right? Like, if you say, like, if you say some shit that's like wild and crazy and then somebody comments on it and is pointing out that it's wild and crazy, it's like, well, I don't know if that counts as cyberbullying. And so like, it's a hard space to navigate, but also there's people that are just straight dicks online and it's just like, yo, come on, like, be better,
Yeah.
but Yeah.
And I mean, I think social media platforms have the power, and I mean, you've already seen Instagram start to test it, where like they're turning off comments, or they're they're like building in filters to prevent cyberbullying. But at the end of the day, the action is on the person, or the responsibility is on the person who's doing it, right? Like for those people who are cyberbullies and that's what they enjoy, it's like you're just a fucking dick, you know. For the people who like engage in cyberbullying and you mentioned this before, like their comment is like, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, or you shouldn't be on Instagram if you aren't gonna if you can't take comments or blah blah blah. Like no, that's not the case. That's not the reality of it, right? It's that you really just there's no need for it, right? There's no need to harass someone because you don't like the picture that they posted, you don't like the shirt that they're wearing, you don't like the way their hairstyle is, you don't like the shape of their body. It's as simple as continuing to scroll past or unfollowing or blocking, whatever you need to do. There's no excuse for cyberbullying. What I think needs to happen is people need to be held accountable for it, right? It's very difficult to hold people accountable on Instagram. But I hope over time Instagram develops measures to track these types of things, to where if someone, if someone's comments are constantly being reported, like if you have 50 comments in a year that have been reported as like racist or violent or some type of cyberbullying, like you should be banned from the platform for a period of time, right? If those things persist, you should be banned from the platform indefinitely, right? Now
Mm.
I think Instagram or Facebook will have their reasons why they don't want to ban someone indefinitely, because you're just going to be banning like 1,000 people a day, because there are a lot of assholes out there. But
Yeah.
I think the problem is the behavior is allowed on a lot of these social media platforms, and there's essentially no accountability for it.
Yeah. So like, what I would sort of mention is like, I don't think that's necessarily the solution, because it's like, because then like, even, and we've seen, like that these companies then have very hard time sort of, it seems like a weird process when they go through, okay, well, what counts as cyberbullying, what doesn't count as cyberbullying, and sometimes they get it wrong. And so I think, and for those who are saying like, oh, it counts as like free speech, it's like, no, it's a private fucking company. It's not the government, right? Like, it's not, Twitter isn't owned by the government. So First Amendment rights don't really apply there, right? If they want to kick you off their platform, they're a fucking private company and they can do so. It's a different debate on whether they should or shouldn't. I don't necessarily think that they should, because it's like, then it gets touchy on what counts as what. What I think is, we always in every situation seem to absolve people, right? That like, like, we are always going to have problems like this, and it's always going to occur because people are out there doing this shit. And it's like, well, now we have to account for like the lowest common denominator of us, and cater to them. Now they fuck it up for everybody because they can't fucking control themselves, right? Because they have to fucking get online and start doing crazy shit, start saying wild ass shit to people. It's just like, yo, what's so dark, and like, for those people, and I'm speaking to those people directly right now, who are looking at this situation with her and saying, oh, well, fuck it, like, I guess she couldn't hack it. For those people, how dark is your fucking life, my dude? Like, whoever it is out there who needs to fucking hear this right now, how dark is your fucking life that you would see a situation like that and that's your response?
Yeah.
What dark shit are you going through right now that you need to like talk to somebody about, that you need to get therapy about? Because that's a dark place to fucking be in, dude. That's dark.
And,
That's dark, dude.
and if those people are held accountable for their actions, they're just going to keep doing it, right? Because like they're like, sure, I'm an internet dickhead, but no one's ever going to find me because I have this like this Kevin Durant burner account that I use, with like no profile picture and with no like verification of who I am. So I'm just going to troll the internet, looking to attack people for whatever reason. I think in order to like have an account on Instagram, you should have to have like a real photo of yourself, or maybe it's like a business account or something like that, and which is why you can have like a logo or something like that, and the account should be verified in some way or form to eliminate all of those troll accounts that are just used to hide behind or to attack people. And then if you have an account, you got to put your fucking real name on there. So if you're going to attack me on Instagram, okay, I know who you are at least. And so when I report you, you can be held accountable because now, Instagram, Facebook, they know who you are as well. Or I could just pull up on you.
Yeah.
That the thought of being pulled up on will check a lot. That'll prevent a lot of people from hitting send on those like very like derogatory or just like rude or abusive messages that they're about to send, right? If
Yeah.
I know your name and you've posted your pictures in your work uniform, and I know where you are and I could pull up on you, you're going to
Yeah.
think differently about hitting send.
Different scenario. Yeah. But then, then you end up getting hemmed up, as we see with this whole situation in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Then that gives the cops the right to, oh yeah, all right, Lorraine, let's put you on the ground, let's put our foot on your neck, let's keep it there. So,
Latex gloves and a throwaway. That's how I solve my problems.
Okay, James St. Patrick. All right, let's move here forward here, and again, I'm sorry that Hana Kimura, she passed away. Very sad situation,
Absolutely.
indeed, and let this be a kind of a learning moment for everybody about just how we all conduct ourselves online. But yeah, we press forward here.